Hi, it's Joey Reynolds with my Puff Daddy shirt. See, it's Sean John. That's his real name. I used to be in the same building as he was, 1440 Broadway, when we had WR Radio was up there, and he had an office there. He was starting his clothing company. Of course, now that he's in jail, I think they're going to be the new striped look. It's a uniform look. He won't be able to be fashionable anymore. Actually, they used to say in the old days that you would make a cake and then put a file in it so that the prisoner could file his way out of the jail. I'm going to do that with my cheesecake. I don't want to waste a file. The only file that anybody cares about these days is on your phone and the one on your computer. You know, we're all electronic. Everybody's wired. And I'm Italian. You know, last thing in the world an Italian wants is to be wired. That's the way he used to catch us. We were criminals back in those days. We weren't wanted. We never ate dogs. But we ate each other. That's what we did. The crime solvers of America. How is it that everybody has such a bad taste in their mouth? It's called radio and TV. It's the media. My friend Paul Slatkus has a Peace Day in Times Square this week, and he's going to celebrate peace. Now, Paul left CBS television years ago to start the Good News Network. Well, that didn't last long. People don't want to hear good news. Good news is way at the bottom. You notice it's the last story on the weekly world news, you know, or the daily world news, whatever the David Muir thing is. He's got that show where they have 15 different kind of pharmaceuticals on there with diseases I've never heard of. And they're all, they're selling all these drugs. If I had known that, I would have bought time for my cocaine addiction. But, you know, they really are selling all these pharmaceuticals and making a lot of money. And they sponsor the news because the news is something that drives you to pharmaceuticals. No, we're watching all these things. I had a friend yesterday, Jim Boldebook in Maine. I've always been complaining lately about mayonnaise being $8. I said, you know, tell Hellman's to go to hell. And now he sent me one from Maine. It's $9.99 for a jar of mayonnaise. What are they using it for? Has this become a sexual item now all of a sudden? I don't know. But maybe people have been using this mayonnaise all along. I don't know. It's just it's crazy. I mean, the pricing of everything is so outrageous. You can't predict anything anymore. I saw a list today of the stores that might close. What kind of news reporting is that? Here's what might close. Here's the job that you might lose. I don't want to be the forecaster of doom and gloom, but that's all they have left. They don't have anything else to sell. You know, the radio and TV is just all about the bad news. You get on the air and you tell what somebody did wrong and how they got away with it, maybe, and then it models it for someone else to try it again. And that's what happened with these guns. I mean, all of a sudden we got kids in school with guns. We used to have guns made out of wood. We had wooden pistols. They were wood. We didn't use any real weapons in my neighborhood. I did have a BB gun. But, you know, we didn't have this kind of stuff. And we weren't dealing with that in those days. But we're dealing with it now. You're dealing with people that have military installations, you know. I mean, it's a wonder that you don't answer your phone and it explodes in your ear. How about that for a new one? Where the people in, where is it? Iran have, well, they're trying to get even. Everybody's trying to get even. I don't know if anybody's ever going to get even. But the Hezbollah, they are using their phones. I forget what country. It's one of those countries surrounding Israel, and you use the phone and it explodes because the Israelis have loaded it up to make sure that they get rid of a lot of the communication. And the people have had their heads blown off, or at least I shouldn't exaggerate. They've had their arms blown off and their legs and they've had deaths, I think about 9 or 10 of them. But this whole thing of trying to figure out how you're going to get rid of each other, this may really help the planet, because if everybody's gone, maybe things will straighten out. Because it wasn't anything that anybody did here. It's everything that everybody's doing. That's the difference. We're all in on it, see? It's a gag. I mean, it's not, you can't point the finger. They say if you point the finger at someone, you got three back at yourself. It's we're all in on it. Everybody's in on this. Did you separate your garbage this morning? Did you put the plastic over here? Did you do that? Did you clean up after yourself? No, not toilet paper. I'm talking about, did you do anything on the beach? Did you leave a mess when you did a picnic? Did you put the fire out when you went camping? I mean, look at the things we all do. This is all human stuff, and you can't blame it on a bear or any animal. The only animal that is at question right now is us. And then there's those two jabronis who are out in space right now. They thought they were going to come back after a week, and they're going to be there until February because the equipment didn't work. The equipment came back, and they didn't. That's not my kind of a drive. I wouldn't want to go out on a Sunday ride and have the car comes back and you're not. Not good. But we're in a strange hold right now. This is a holding period where the young people are trying to figure out how long we're going to last, because we have reverse mortgages, and they would like some of the money, and they'll do it themselves. You know, if they have all the money, they'll recreate the country the way they want to do it. But we're sitting here on trying to save AM radio, which is for people my age. You know, I mean, why would anybody want to hear AM radio? Why do you want to listen to short wave? What do you have a secret weapon with the short wave in the attic? Is that what you have? Like during the war, when you were trying to catch the enemy? Short wave was very popular because it was global before satellites. AM radio was good because it served a community. Now they don't do that anymore. They have one company that owns 600 stations. How are they going to serve 600 communities? They can't. They're only going to serve themselves and the stockholders. That's all they're going to do. And the Congress and the Senate, don't they have meetings about, doesn't anybody, I'm scrambling for that word. It's called the intelligence. Is that what it is? The national intelligence? IQ, right? It begins with FU. There is no way that this is an intelligent move to have AM radio in the cars. Nobody plays their CDs anymore. They don't buy CDs. They download on Spotify, which is a payola. It's owned by the three major record publishing companies, I think. I don't know. It's all about money. All about money. Everybody, you know, money has become it used to be the medium of exchange. Now it's all there is. In the end, there's only the money. And that's what people are interested in. They want to make money and do whatever they want. But see, if you have all the money and all the good things are gone, what value is the money? So you can't buy anything. You maybe can go buy some more electronics. You get that new Apple phone. This one here is going to be loadable. Now you're buying a phone that is going to has a subscription base to it, which means that if you want to add something to it with AI, artificial intelligence, if you want to add anything to it, you're going to have to pay extra for it. And that's how they're going to do this with Apple from now on. Apple is going to be in the business of selling you one of their services. You're going to have to pay for everything. This is what it is. It's all on demand, they call it. We used to call it that way with the bookies in the neighborhood. You demand payment or you're not going to be around tomorrow. It's the same thing. It's a gangster tactics, you know. And now that phone has become a weapon. You're holding that gun to your head. Don't answer it. It's not for me. The phone's for you. Oh, and then eating dogs. It's a whole. Oh, come on, you guys. Use a little imagination. Even Disney did positive animal things, and he had 7 dwarfs before it was fashionable to make fun of short people. And you know, it still isn't. But you know, he had 7 dwarfs, and a girl living in the same room. Was that a little bit something going on there? You know, they were going up on her. So this is a different kind of thing. It's a different world we live in right now. Forget AM radio, forget FM radio, forget me. Hey, no problem. They already have. It's a Joey Reynolds rap.